We're going to be operating at a private lake. This is Sunday. Around 10 o'clock, the guys will be showing up. There they are. Here's the by magic. We'll also be taking this 135th Type 23. So you can see I've got the field box, the transmitters, of course the models. All this is in preparation for the big Subfest event coming up in about 30 days. All right. This is the transmitter for the 23. This one's for the, oh, wait a minute. No, this is for the SEAWOLF. That's for the 23. I've already checked the batteries and everything. So I've got to pre-mission the 23, which involves putting the battery in, checking out the cylinder. Once it's working, install it inside the hull, and then it's already been trimmed out. So I only have to take it that far, then I box it up and put it in the van. So now there's an indexing pin right there on the inside. So all I have to do is make up the stern planes and rudder and the sensing hose for the depth keeper, and that's best done with a tool. Don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm making it up to that nipple. There we are. Right there. Okay. Run out the antenna. This antenna makes up to the receiver, and of course that's how the receiver communicates with the transmitter. I'll lay it down here, and now I'm ready to strap in the cylinder to the hull. I'm making a big deal out of this, aren't I? Okay, so being Velcro, I just pull it tight, get it out of the way, and there we are. Now we want to do a function test before we get underway, or rather before we put the top on there. So let's get some of these tools out of the road. We'll grab our transmitter. Again, the protocol is transmitter first. Grab our handy-dandy bunch of magnets. Turn this guy on. See the idiot lights come on. Propulsion. Rudder. And stern plane. Now, the stern planes will autonomously operate themselves if the boat takes any significant angles. I'll demonstrate that simply by pitching the boat down. Notice the stern planes deflect to raise the boat. And if it's raised too far, they deflect in the other direction. And they're proportional, depending on the angular displacement of the boat. Pretty slick. Kevin McLeod has developed those devices, that and the depth keeper and the battery link monitor. He's done some wonderful work. His miniaturization has permitted us to put rather exotic devices within the confines of small cylinders like this. So anyway, we're happy with that. One last thing is to check the ballast system again. Works fine. The top of the hull, the lower hull. Secure it. And then we put it in its transportation box. Then I'll gather up all my tools, put them in the flight box, and that'll go in the van as well, along with a couple of peripherals, chairs, boots, that sort of thing. That's about it. What are you driving, sir?
What am I driving?
Yeah.
I am driving the USS Hoist.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Hey, bring that thing around, will you?
All right.
Hoist is a fleet tug. Navy uses them to yank things around the ocean and light salvage and some heavy salvage, that sort of thing.
But to actually get it up and running, about a year.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
In the old days, this thing was called a watertight cylinder, WTC.
Okay.
As things matured over the years, we came up with our own terms. Like I call it a sub-driver, because
Okay.
one of my employers needed a trade style, so he called them sub-drivers.
Okay.
So it's stuck. The ballast systems have changed, from gas to piston to bag to RCABs. My own system is based on a diesel boat. I call it SAS, semi-aspirated.
Okay.
I can either take air from the dry spaces until I get a vacuum, at which point the sail should be out of the water, and then there's a snorkel inside the sail, and then it takes atmosphere to finish the blowing job.
Okay.
That way I don't waste any gas. And it's just a small little air pump in there, and it doesn't take much current.
Okay.
So it's rather economical.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me turn this beast off.
Okay.
I got a magnetic switch in there.
Oh, so you don't have to break the seal. Yeah, that's slick. Yeah.
Then I check the throttle. Then I can turn it off. So that's how you got your protocol. Always turn the transmitter on first, then this, then turn that off, then turn that off.
Yes. Okay.
Same protocol. It is typical store-bought radio system. Nothing exotic. It's just the need to keep everything dry that makes things kind of weird.
Is this like a magnetic window latch switch or something? Or?
A little bit more than that, but it's the same. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
It's a little like it's a Hall effect instead of a reed switch.
Oh, it's a Hall effect. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there's a little preamp in there, and then that closes the circuit on an FET, which permits the main bus to get power to everything.
Okay.
But the bad thing is, it also has an idle current to it.
Oh.
It's always drawing about.
A little bit of parasitic.
Yeah, that's right. About 5 milliamps. You come back a year later,
It's dead.
your battery's fried.
Yeah, you can't go forever.
No. But there's a lot of things to do with a RC submarine. You got pre-missions, missions, post-missions. Like missions is what I do while I'm operating.
Okay.
Post-missions when I get back home. The cylinder comes out, I pop the bulkheads to let everything air out.
Okay.
Charge the batteries, I address any problems I think I can fix back home, and then put things in storage. Now,
Okay.
that's post-mission. And then before I come to the lake, I spend 2 hours in the shop, pre-mission.
Okay.
Making sure the battery's up, get everything installed, do a leak check, load up the van. That's your pre-mission. So it's a very labor-intensive hobby. If you want to get the model back, if you don't, you just,
right.
Yeah. And guys wonder why it never comes back. Yeah. It doesn't like you anymore. Yeah.
You didn't treat me very well.
That's right. You treated me poorly.
So, bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
That's neat. Thanks for showing me.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Well, what a screaming pile of shit this turned into.
But you got to get it in the water, right?
Yeah, twice. Same problems.
Maybe a balance or center of gravity mission, maybe?
No, because I have a test tank at home, and I put it in there, and when it's in submerged trim, it's perfectly stable. When it's in surface trim, it's where it should be. The control surfaces are responding correctly. Damn, it's infuriating.
maybe just the shape of it, maybe.
But then again, other guys who are operating the same kit are not having the problems I'm having. There's something fundamental I'm doing wrong. And I'm supposed to be the pro from Dover, and yet I'm the only guy who can't get this piece of shit to work. And the 23 has already been addressed, except for the oiling. And we'll get to that right now. Here. Here. And here. And propulsion right there. And of course the ballast push rod seal in here. Boom. All right. That's it for the 23 cylinder. And the boat was trimmed well. It was both statically and dynamically, statically stable at least, in submerged and surface trim, but dynamically, once it was underway, regardless of what inputs I put into bow plane and stern plane, it would just leapfrog, dolphin its way up and down, no matter what I did. And I know the angle keeper's working, I know the depth keeper's working. I even took the depth keeper out of the loop and operated the bow planes traditionally, but still, it screwed me. So, I don't know. I'm going to try moving the center of gravity from here to here, and then, of course, moving the foam an equivalent amount to keep the metacentric vertical distance in alignment with the forces of gravity and buoyancy. Maybe that will weathercock the boat and making it more stable in pitch. Anyway, we'll see. It's got a great turning radius, so I'm not worried about degrading that any. But pitch control is just not happening.